Shots all around, shots all around. Someone else is logging on to audio. Here we go. We're going to start in a seat, my friends. So while I'm welcoming everybody else in here, we can start in a seat. Thank you. Fully vaccinated. Right? And then eventually, when you guys are in Philly, I'll invite you over for vegan food and in-person yoga. Can you imagine? Amazing, right? So good. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. All right, so we'll get started in a seat. I have to shut up eventually. Once you make your way down to your seat, you're welcome to sit up against something. If that's much more comfortable for you, please feel free. If you want to just come right down to your mat, that's great too. If you have yoga blocks and would like to sit on your yoga blocks, feel free to do that. Once we make our way to our seat, feel free to make any of those wiggly movements that we typically make to get settled, reminding the body that it is yoga time, just allowing ourselves to physically settle in. Özlem is here, Susan Burt is here, wonderful friends. And any of those physical movements can certainly include rolls of the neck and shoulders, rocking of the knees side to side, or wiggling those hips. Any of those physical movements that feel good for you in your seat, just to kind of get physically settled. As we do that, I'll make my way back to my mat here. And as a reminder, it is helpful if you set your screen up with either speaker view or pin my video. That way my practice will be bigger on your screen, which is better, especially when we get a lot of little tiles going on there. So any of those shoulder rolls, neck rolls, wiggly hips and knees, whatever feels good. We'll take just a few more seconds here of those physical movements. And then if you want to continue to settle with some movement, that's great. Please feel free to keep that body movement going. If you're ready to come into some stillness, allow your body to relax, root down through those sit bones, and sit up nice and tall. We create that nice, tall, dignified spine by rooting down through the sit bones and extending the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Belly is engaged, shoulder blades are back and down. And then as we begin to shift our focus over to our breathing, begin to take a little deeper inhale. And as you do so, think about expanding your rib cage through the front, the back, and the sides. Get nice and buoyant through the lungs and rib cage. And then as you exhale, notice how it contracts as you release and let go. Finding 5 more full rounds of breath just like that. Big inhales. And full exhales. 4 more rounds of breath. One more big breath and deepest one yet. Big inhale. And a full exhale. Continue to root down through those sit bones. If you're ready to blink those eyes open, feel free to do so. And then we're going to inhale those arms all the way up and overhead. Press your palms together. Big breath in. As you exhale, draw your thumbs to heart center. Continue with that nice dignified spine. We'll do 2 more. Big breath in, arms up and overhead. Exhaling, thumbs to heart center. And then last time, inhale, reach those arms up and overhead. And exhale, thumbs to heart center. We'll take a gentle twist to each side here. So let's inhale those arms up and overhead. And as we exhale, we'll take a gentle twist over to the right. So if the right hand finds the right hip, left hand onto that right knee. Chest stays up nice and tall. Maintain that super dignified tall spine. Finding an inhale. And an exhale. And then we'll inhale through center. You can reach those arms up. Exhale to take our twist to the left hand to left hip, right hand to that left thigh. Big breath in. And a full breath out. And then our inhale draws us back to center, exhaling thumbs to heart center. And then we'll do some seated cat-cow here together. So you can place your hands on your knees, your thighs, in your lap, whatever feels best for you. On an inhale, roll the shoulders back, allow your chest to come forward, stay grounded through your sit bones. As you exhale, round your shoulders forward, tuck in your belly, you can look down. Inhale, the shoulders roll back, the chest comes forward, maybe a little gaze up. Exhaling, round the shoulders forward, tuck in your belly. And then last time, inhale, roll the shoulders back, bring that chest forward, maybe look up a little higher. And exhale, round the shoulders forward, tuck in that belly. Come on back to our neutral spine here. We're going to make our way over to our tabletop position. I should be okay with that one, my friends, so let's give it a whirl. As we get ourselves set up, make sure you spread your fingers nice and wide here. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Hips should be knees should be about hip distance apart, and then you can tuck or untuck your toes here. So as we move through cat-cow, inhale to drop your belly. Lift your gaze, lift your tailbone, and exhale as you push the mat away, dome the upper back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Exhaling to push the mat away. And then one more time, inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. And exhale, pushing the mat away. Coming back to our neutral tabletop, let's do a little hip opener here before we send ourselves to downward facing dog. So inhale that right leg straight behind you here, bend your right knee and make some big hip circles here. Trying to keep the shoulders stacked over the wrists. And then we'll take those circles the opposite direction. And then on your next inhale, extend that right leg straight behind you again. As you exhale, this time we're going to take that right foot to the outside of the left foot, coming into a nice right side body stretch here. Keep those shoulders over those wrists here. One more big breath in. Full breath out. And then we're going to inhale, that right leg comes straight behind us here. And exhale back to tabletop, taking it to the other side. Inhale that left leg straight behind you. And then we'll bend that left knee and make those big hip circles here again. Let's take those circles the opposite direction. And then on your next inhale, extend that left leg straight behind you. As you exhale, step that left foot to the outside of the right foot here, coming into that nice left side body stretch. Shoulders stay over those wrists. Finding your breath. Let's inhale. And exhale. And then we're going to inhale to reach that left leg behind us. And exhale back to tabletop. Keeping those shoulders over those wrists, set your knees a few inches behind your hips here. I'm going to try this first down dog. Let's see how this goes. Tuck your toes under. Take a full inhale. As you exhale, send your hips to the sky. Woo, downward facing dog. This might be my only one, my friends. Send your sit bones up as high as you can. You can keep a bend in those knees here. Send your chest towards your thighs. And you can keep a bend in your knees as long as you want. If you want to start to straighten those legs, you're welcome to. 3 breaths. One more breath. Here we are. Let's inhale. And exhale. And then we'll send those hips a little higher. We can take those baby steps up to the top of the mat here, finding our forward fold. Once you arrive, put as much of a bend in those knees as you need. And then we'll draw hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift, neutral spine. Exhale to fold forward. Let's do that twice more here. Inhale, halfway lift, bend in those knees if you need to. Exhale, folding forward, come all the way down. One more time, hands to shins, inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold all the way down. Rooting down through both feet, we'll draw that torso all the way up, reaching those arms up and overhead, big breath in. And exhale, thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. Beautiful. So we're gonna start today with 3 sun salutation A's, 3 Surya Namaskar A. If you've done these this week, great. I'm gonna work through each position, a little bit of Sanskrit, and I'm gonna give us some time to warm up too. So we'll get into like the full size ones by the end, right? So our beginning position is at the top of the mat in Tadasana. Inhale, arms up and overhead, or I can do one arm. Exhale, folding forward, coming all the way down, Uttanasana. Hands come to shins, find a halfway lift, neutral spine, Ardha Uttanasana. And then as we exhale, root those hands firmly. We take ourselves back to high plank from here, everybody. Zip up your belly. Take a full inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to drop those knees down, come all the way down to your chest. Woo. Untuck your toes, shoulders on the back. Here's our baby cobra with bent elbows. Inhale. And then as you exhale, you can come through tabletop or go right to downward facing dog. I've got a 1 arm down dog today. Find your breath here, everybody. 3 breaths. One more full inhale. And exhale. And then we'll send those hips a little higher. I got ahead of myself here. Send those hips a little higher. You can take those baby steps again to the top of the mat. Forward fold once you get up here. Hands come to shins. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to fold down. Torso draws all the way up. Reach those arms up and overhead. Press those palms together. Inhale. Woo. And exhale, thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. Good, twice more. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhaling to fold forward, coming all the way down. Hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back here. Exhale to plant those hands firmly. Take ourselves back to high plank. Zip up your belly. Take an inhale. As we exhale, drop those knees down. Come all the way down to your chest. Shoulders on the back. Baby cobra, you're always welcome to full cobra now too if you want straight elbows. And then take an inhale. As you exhale, you can come through tabletop or go right to downward facing dog. 3 breaths. One more breath, my friends. Let's inhale. And exhale. And then send those hips a little higher. Take those baby steps up to the top of the mat here. Forward fold. Bringing hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Here's our flat back. Exhaling to fold. Bringing that torso all the way up. Reach those arms up and overhead. Big breath in. And exhale, thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. 1 more sun salutation A. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhaling to fold forward, coming all the way down, Uttanasana. Hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. As we exhale, plant those hands. Let's step back to high plank. Drop those knees down. Bring that chest all the way down on your exhale. Shoulders on the back. Baby cobra maintains a bend in the elbows. Full cobra takes those elbows straight. Inhale. And as you exhale, you can come through tabletop or go right to downward facing dog. 3 breaths. One more breath. Let's inhale. And exhale. And then we'll send those hips a little higher. Take those baby steps one more time up to the top of the mat here. Forward fold once you get up here. Hands drop to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhaling to fold down. Inhaling to come all the way up. Reach those arms up and overhead. Press those palms together. And exhale, thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. Beautiful. That was sun salutation A, the first sun salutation. Beautiful. Now we're going to do sun salutation B 3 times. Bring your feet all the way together. Big toes touch, inner thighs touch. You can start with hands on hips. Utkatasana chair pose is where we start for sun B. Make sure those inner thighs press together, those toes press together. You can keep your hands on your hips. You can take your thumbs to heart center, or you can reach those arms all the way up, whatever you prefer. Let's find our breath here. Make sure you can see your toes. One more breath, my friends. Let's inhale. And exhale. And then straight arms, straight legs. Reach up as we inhale, standing all the way up. As we exhale, fold forward, come all the way down. Hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Here's our flat back. As we exhale, plant those hands. We come back to high plank, everybody. Zip up your belly. Now, if you want to drop your knees down like we did before, you can. If you want to keep those knees up, you'll drop down to your chest in a straight line from those heels to the top of the head. Take a full breath in. Everybody exhale to lower down to the mat. And then shoulders on the back. Baby or full cobra here. Let's inhale. And we'll exhale either through tabletop or right to downward facing dog. Taking a full breath in. And a big breath out. We'll inhale that right leg up towards the ceiling here. We've got square hips. Exhale to step that right foot forward, dropping the back knee down, finding low leg lunge on the right side. So that right knee is on top of that right ankle here. If you need a little cushion under that back knee, that's okay. Back toes tucked under. Now, some teachers don't add in a low leg lunge for the sun salutation, but this is a great warm up. So I'm including it in today. They usually go right to either warrior one or a high leg lunge. Take one more breath, my friends. Here we are. As we exhale, frame that front foot, and we'll step ourselves back to downward facing dog. Take an inhale and an exhale. An inhale brings us forward to high plank, knees up or down, exhale, chest down to the mat. Roll shoulders onto the back. Baby or full cobra, take an inhale. And then exhale, tabletop or downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. Then we'll inhale that left leg up towards the ceiling here. Exhale to step that left foot forward, dropping the back knee down. Low leg lunge, left side. Left knee's on top of that left ankle. Tucking those back toes under, square off your hips, melt those shoulder blades down. 3 breaths here. One more breath. Let's inhale. As we exhale, gently frame that front foot. Let's step ourselves back. It should be to high plank, my friends. Let's step right back to high plank. And then take a big breath in. Exhaling to the belly. Shoulders on the back, baby or full cobra, inhale. And then we'll exhale to tabletop or downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths before we move on to the second one here. And when you're ready, we'll send those hips a little higher. You can walk or take a big step up to the top of the mat. Bring those big toes together once you get up here, my friends. Take an inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift, neutral spine. Exhaling to fold down. We're gonna, from here, drop right into chair pose, Utkatasana. Just one big breath, inner thighs touch. Inhale. And exhale. And then we'll inhale to bring it all the way up. Reach those arms all the way up. Inhale, inhale, inhale. And exhale, thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose. Tadasana. Good, don't you love that we start with a chair pose and end with a chair pose? It's so many chair poses. Great. Round 2, here we go. Utkatasana. Love that. Palms pressed together. Set those butts back and down. Here we are. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to stand all the way up. Reach those arms up. Full breath in. Exhale to fold forward, coming all the way down. Hands come to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Here's our flat back. And exhale to plant those hands. Take it back to high plank, everybody. Big breath in. Exhale to the belly. Shoulders on the back, baby cobra or full cobra, breath in. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Big inhale here. Full exhale. We'll inhale that right leg up towards the ceiling, square hips. We'll exhale to step that right foot forward. Keep your back knee lifted this time, everybody. Coming up into a full-size crescent lunge. So that right knee is on top of that right ankle here with those right toes pointing forward. If you worked with the warrior poses with me last week and you'd like to take warrior one here, you'll pop that back foot down. But either one is good for today. So crescent lunge or warrior one, your choice. Melt those shoulder blades down, fingertips up, find that breath. One more breath, my friends. Let's inhale. As we exhale, frame that front foot, step back to a high plank. Take an inhale. And then if you'd like to keep your knees up and do a full chaturanga, you certainly can. Otherwise, come all the way down to the belly. Baby or full cobra, here we are, inhale. And then we'll exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a big breath in. Full breath out. Inhale your left leg towards the ceiling here, square hips. Exhale to step it forward. Come all the way up to our full-size crescent lunge. Ooh. Left knee's on top of that left ankle here. Zip up that belly. Shoulder blades are down. This is crescent lunge where we are here. If you want to pivot that back foot flat, you can come into warrior one. 3 breaths. Shoulder blades down, belly tight. One more breath. Inhale. As we exhale, frame that front foot, step back to high plank. Big breath in. Exhale, chaturanga or to the belly. Cobra or baby cobra, inhale. And as we exhale, finding downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. On your next inhale, send those hips up a little higher. You can walk, step, or hop up to the top of the mat. Big toes touch once you get up here. Drawing hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhaling to fold down. Drop those butts all the way down, right into chair pose. Utkatasana, big breath in. Full breath out. And then we'll inhale, straight arms, straight legs. Reach up, you can gaze up, inhale. And exhale, thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose. Tadasana. Beautiful, we have one more. Let's do it. Chair pose, here we are, 3 breaths on this one. Shoulder blades back and down. Inner thighs together, you can look at those toes. One more breath, my friends. And then we'll inhale to stand all the way up, reach those arms up. Exhale to fold forward, coming all the way down. Bringing hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, Uttanasana. And exhale, plant those hands. Let's step it back to high plank. Zip up your belly, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga or all the way down to the belly. Shoulders on the back, baby or full cobra, inhale. Exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Taking a big breath in. And a full breath out. When you're ready, we'll inhale that right leg up towards the ceiling. Nice square hips here. Exhaling to step it forward. Back knee stays lifted. You can find crescent lunge here if you'd like, or warrior one, your choice. We'll continue with 3 breaths here. The tradition is to keep it moving with just 1 breath, but I like us to find our alignment so we don't have to go too fast. 1 more breath, everybody. Let's inhale. As we exhale, frame that front foot, step back to high plank. Inhale. Exhale to the belly or chaturanga dandasana. Baby or full cobra, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Full breath out. When you're ready, we'll inhale our left leg up towards the ceiling here, square hips. Exhale to step it forward. Back knee stays lifted for crescent lunge or warrior one if you want to come into that posture. Left knee stacked strong here. Engage your outer left butt cheek. Shoulder blades down, fingertips up. One more breath. Inhale. As we exhale, frame that front foot. Step back, high plank. Big breath in. Exhale, knees up or down. Chaturanga or to the belly. Shoulders on the back, baby or full cobra. Inhale. Exhale, hips to sky. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. Then we'll send our hips a little higher. You can walk, step, or hop up to the top of the mat. Big toes touch once you get up here. Hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Last chair pose, everybody. Hips back and down. Utkatasana. Full inhale. And an exhale. And then we'll inhale. Reach those arms all the way up, gazing at the sun here. And exhale, thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose. Tadasana. Yay! That was 3 sun A's and 3 sun B's, and we're ready for spring. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, let's do some other stuff, and then we'll lay down. Feet shift to hip distance apart here, everybody. Point those toes forward. Let's draw those hands to hips. Roll shoulders back, chest forward. Take an inhale. As we exhale, fold forward with that head coming heavy here. And then you can grab opposite elbows or grab onto your big toes. If you would like to put a generous bend in your knees and let your belly just rest on those thighs, you're welcome to do that. Send your breath into your entire back body. 3 breaths here. One more breath. Let's inhale. And exhale. And then release those hands wherever you have them. We'll take hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. As we exhale, plant those hands. We're going to go back all the way to downward facing dog, my friends. Send your sit bones up as high as you can. Press your chest towards your thighs. Let's take 3 breaths here. One more breath. Let's inhale. And exhale. And then we'll inhale that right leg up towards the ceiling. We're going to bend that right knee and open up our hip here. Try to keep your shoulders square. Use your outer right butt cheek to keep that leg up. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale to square off those hips. Exhale to step that right foot forward. Oof. Back knee stays lifted. That was ugly. Torso comes all the way up for crescent lunge on the right side. Right knee's on top of that right ankle. Square off those hips here. Shoulder blades melt back and down. Let's find our breath here. One more breath. Let's inhale. As we exhale, we're going to pivot that left back foot down to find warrior 2 on the right side. So that right knee's on top of that right ankle, sink into this right thigh, and then press firmly through the back edge of that back foot. Try to level those hips off here. Shoulders over those square hips. Press through both feet, engage your inner thighs. Arms are straight and strong. Woo! We'll just go like this. One more breath here. Fierce warrior, everybody. Inhale. And exhale. And then we'll flip that right palm. Reach those right fingers behind us. Revolved warrior. Let's stay here for 3 breaths today. One more breath. We'll inhale ourselves back to warrior 2, and then we're going to straighten that right knee here. Reach those right fingers forward and bring that right hand down to the shin, the foot, or the floor, finding triangle pose. reaching those left fingers up. So if you notice that your left shoulder is collapsing down towards the ground here, back up out of your pose a little bit, reset to open the shoulder to the side, and then you can go a little deeper from there if you want. Let's take 3 breaths here. Inner thighs engaged, press through both feet, belly is tight. One more breath. Let's inhale. And exhale. Press through both feet as we draw that torso all the way up. And then we're going to turn all of our toes towards the long left side of the mat here, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Toes are in, heels are out. We'll start with hands on hips here. Roll shoulders back, chest forward, inhale. And then as we exhale, taking that torso down, stacking hip, knee, and ankle. And then you can come down to those hands or forearms with that head hanging heavy. Press through both feet here, everybody. Let's take 3 breaths. One more breath. And then planting those hands firmly here. Take an inhale, flat back, halfway lift. As we exhale, we're going to make our way to the right side here, framing that right foot, squaring off hips and shoulders. So we now have a lunge in the lower body again. And then on an exhale, stepping back to downward facing dog. Taking a big breath in and a full breath out. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale that left leg up towards the ceiling, bend that left knee, and open up that hip. Try to keep those shoulders square. Use your outer right butt cheek to keep that leg up. One more big inhale. Full exhale. Inhale to square off those hips. Exhale to step that left foot forward, coming up into our crescent lunge on the left side. Left knee is on top of that left ankle. Move up a little bit here for you. Press firmly through the ball of the back foot. Hips are square, shoulders back and down. One more full breath in. As we exhale, we're going to pivot that back foot down, coming into warrior 2 on the left side. Left knee's on top of that left ankle. Engage your outer left butt cheek. Sink into that left thigh. Arms are straight and strong. Hips are square, shoulders over hips. Press through both feet here. Taking 3 breaths. One more breath. Let's inhale. And exhale. And then we'll flip that left palm. Reach those left fingers behind us. Revolved warrior here. 3 breaths. One more breath, inhale, and exhale. And then we'll inhale ourselves back to warrior 2, straightening that left knee, reach those left fingers forward, coming into triangle pose on the left side. So that left hand can find the shin, the foot, or the floor. Try to keep that chest open to the right, right fingers up. Press through both feet. 3 breaths. And then on your next inhale, standing all the way up here, pointing all those toes towards the long right side of the mat, toes in, heels out. Second wide-legged forward fold. Let me turn around for you here. Shoulders back, chest forward, everybody inhale. As we exhale, coming all the way down. This time you can drop to hands, you can drop to forearms, or you can grab onto those ankles here if you'd like to. Drop your head all the way down. 3 breaths.
And then we'll drop those hands under that face here, flat back, inhale, halfway lift. And then we'll exhale to frame that left foot here. We've got a lunge in the lower body as we square off hips and shoulders. And then as we exhale, stepping back, downward facing dog. We're gonna take 3 breaths here. So if you'd like to stay in down dog, you can, or drop it down to child's pose for 3 breaths. Bottom of your 3rd breath, my friends. Making your way back to downward facing dog when you're ready. Let's find a big inhale. And a full exhale. Send those hips a little higher. You can walk, step, or hop up to the top of the mat. Forward fold up here once you arrive. Hands to shins, inhale, halfway lift. Here's our flat back. Exhaling to fold down. Torso comes all the way up. Reach those arms up and overhead. Press palms together. Inhale. And exhale, thumbs through heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. Good, we're gonna take tree pose today because I like to take tree pose with the change of seasons here. Cheesy, stick with the cheesy. All right, so you can start on whatever side you wanna start on. Pick a foot to stand on. The other foot can come to kickstand, meaning you maintain contact with the floor. You can bring it to the calf. You can bring it up to the inner thigh. You just want to bypass that knee joint. And then level those hips off as much as you can here. Press your foot into your plant leg into foot, right? So good engagement here. And then you can take those arms wherever you want. You can reach those arms up and overhead. You can make any variation of a tree you'd like. Find your breath. One more breath, my friends. Inhale. And exhale. And then we'll draw thumbs to heart center on our inhale. Exhale to drop that foot down and shake it out, and then we'll take the other side. So same idea here. You can kickstand, meaning you maintain contact with the floor. That foot can find the calf, or you can bypass the knee completely and find the inner thigh. Pressing plant leg into foot, foot into plant leg. Level those hips. And then arms can go as big as you want. Find that breath. Strong and steady. 3 breaths here. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to draw those thumbs to heart center. And exhale to drop that foot down. We'll shake it out. Tree pose, Vrikshasana. We'll make our way back to the top of our mat if you have moved here. Feet whatever distance apart feels good for you. And then we'll inhale those arms up and overhead. Exhaling to fold forward. Let's come all the way down. Hands drop to shins. Inhale to a halfway lift, neutral spine here. And exhale to plant those hands. Let's take it all the way back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. We'll inhale that right leg up towards the ceiling here, square hips. Exhale to step it forward. Let's take pigeon today, everybody. Walk your right foot over to the left. Drop that right shin down. Drop your back knee down. So we're starting to settle here a little bit as we get closer to the floor. Take your time getting yourself set up. Make sure your right knee is out wider than your right hip. Try not to roll over onto your right butt cheek here. We don't want that left hip to come up. So square those hips off. Straight line from left hip to left toes. And then you have a lot of options here. You can stay upright if this feels good. You can fold forward. You can bend your back knee and take the quad stretch. Or fold all the way to the belly. We're going to take 8 breaths here today, everybody, so we start to settle down a little bit. So find your pose, take your time.
We have 2 more breaths. One more breath. Let's inhale. And exhale. And then we're going to bring that torso up. Plant those hands firmly here, everybody. Tuck those back toes under, lift your back knee, and we'll make our way back to downward facing dog. Pedal those legs out. Find your breath. And then on your next inhale, that left leg extends towards the ceiling here. Exhale to step it forward, coming into pigeon on the left side. Walk that left foot over to the right. Drop your left shin down, drop your back knee down. So as we set ourselves up, make sure that left knee is wider than that left hip. Get a nice angle out to the side there. Try not to roll onto that left butt cheek. We want to stay nice and square. And then take your time getting set up. You can decide where you go for this one today. Folding forward, taking the quad stretch if you want to. Your choice here as we settle in. Finding 8 breaths again. Two more big breaths, everybody. Let's inhale. And exhale. One more big breath. And if you're folded forward, gently bring that torso back up. Plant those hands firmly here. Tucking those back toes under, lift that back knee. We'll make our way back to downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Big breath out, and let's do one more vinyasa today, everybody. Here we go. Inhale forward to a high plank, knees up or down. Exhale to the belly or Chaturanga Dandasana. Shoulders on the back. Baby cobra or full cobra. Here's your inhale. And then as you exhale, roll over those toes, send your hips to the sky for downward facing dog. Taking a big breath in. And a full breath out. And we'll send those hips a little higher. You can walk, step, or hop up to the top of the mat here. And then we'll drop those hips all the way down. Extend those legs forward. Root down through those sit bones. Toes up towards the sky. Crown of the head reaches up towards the sky too. Inhale, arms up and overhead. And then exhale to fold forward over those thighs, grabbing whatever you can. Knees, shins, ankles, feet, toes, or the floor. 3 breaths. And then when you're ready, we'll gently bring that torso up here. We're going to keep our left leg where it is and bend that right knee. So options today, we're going to take a twist to the right first. So your options today, you can keep that right foot to the inside of your left thigh or switch it to the outside. Completely up to you, whichever one feels better. And then we'll plant that right hand just behind that right hip. Inhale, left arm, up and overhead. And then as we exhale, taking our twist over to the right, if you prefer hugging your left elbow around your right knee, that's also a great place to be, or take a bigger, fuller twist. Crown of the head continues to reach up. And then on your next inhale, come on through center, gentle counter twist over to the left. And then we'll exhale back to center, reach those legs forward and shake those thighs out. And then we'll take it to the other side. I invite you to make the same shape. So keep your right leg straight, bend your left knee. You can keep your left foot to the inside of your right inner thigh or take it to the outside, whichever one you prefer. Keep that torso nice and tall. That left hand comes just behind that left hip. Inhale that right arm up and over. And then we'll exhale into our twist here. If you'd like to hug onto that knee, that's great. If you want to go with a bigger twist, feel free to go here. 3 breaths. Crown of the head continues to reach up. One more breath. Let's inhale. And exhale. And then we'll inhale through center, gentle counter twist to the right here. And exhale, come on back to center, send those legs forward and shake those legs out. And then when you're ready, we're gonna bend both knees here, forearms around shins, give yourself a big hug and take an inhale. And then exhale, making your way all the way down onto your back. We have arrived. You can make those circles with those knees one way and the other way. And then we're going to take my favorite version of a twist here. Drop those feet down to the mat. Take your feet out to the width of the mat and let your knees come in together. And then arms can come out to the side. You can take arms up and overhead. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, gently let your knees fall to the right. Those feet are apart. Those knees are going to come apart. And then if you'd like to hook your right foot to the outside of your left knee, you can do that too. Shoulder blades stay down. Find 3 breaths. One more big inhale. Full exhale. And then inhale those knees to center. The feet are wide, the knees knock in. And exhale, knees over to the left. Same shape over here. Shoulder blades stay down. The feet are apart, the knees are apart. If you'd like to take that left foot to the outside of that right thigh, you can do that. And then on your next inhale, gently draw those knees back to center. You can windshield wiper side to side if you like that. And then we'll gently draw those knees in towards the chest, reaching in between those thighs to grab onto toes, arches, or ankles. For happy baby, tailbone extends long. Rocking side to side if you like. 3 breaths. One more big breath. And then you'll make your way back to center here. Extend those legs up towards the sky, heels extending towards the ceiling here, getting as long as you can from your sit bones up to your heels. Find a full breath in and a breath out. If you'd like to stay here, you're welcome to. You can point and flex those feet if that feels good. You can make your way over to legs up the wall if you like that restorative posture. Bottoms of the feet together, knees out wide, or any other postures you'd like to finish out practice with today, please feel free. We'll take a few moments of yogi playtime, and then we'll meet in Shavasana in just a few moments here.
Making sure if we took a posture to one side, we take that posture to the other side. And then once you feel ready to take full Shavasana, extend those legs long. Let your feet come out to the width of the mat. Head, hips, and heels are heavy on the mat beneath you. And then once you've made your way to your final resting posture of today's practice, take a full inhale. Exhaling into the support of the earth beneath you, enjoying full Shavasana. Let's take a big breath all the way in and a full breath all the way out. Gently beginning to wiggle those fingers and toes. Gently rolling the wrists and ankles. And rock your head gently side to side. Whenever you're ready, extend those arms all the way overhead, getting as long as you can from your fingertips to your toes. Find a full inhale. As you exhale, drawing knees towards chest, wrapping forearms around your shins. Give yourself a big hug here. When you feel ready, carefully making your way over to your favorite side in a fetal position. We'll take a moment of pause in this posture as we always do. Allowing ourselves to call to mind who in our lives we are grateful for. With a heart full of gratitude, use both hands to gently bring you up to a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like and feels like for you. Palms drawing together at heart center once you arrive. Eyes open or closed. We'll close out with one more full round of breath. Let's inhale. And exhale. The light inside of me loves and honors the light inside each of you. Namaste. Namaste and kittens, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking with my ugly yoga. Yay.
Thank you. Thanks, Courtney.
Thank you, Courtney. Courtney.
May have a great weekend.
Thank you.
You too.
Thank you.
Feels better.
Yeah.
Bye.
Courtney.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Congratulations.